Coming up this hour on Daybreak, a breakdown in Erie County's budget process leaves the Board of Elections $2 million short heading into a big election year. How this happened and what's next. Plus, New York State is taking on one of the biggest companies in vaping. Why the Attorney General says Juul needs to be held responsible. And later, bringing more soccer to Western New York, how Buffalo could be getting a pro team and a new stadium.
From the station that's on your side, you're watching Channel 2's Daybreak.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Lauren Hall. Those stories in just a moment, but first, your Storm Team 2 forecast with meteorologist Patrick Hammer. Patrick, isn't it crazy when it's so cold like it was last week, and then when it's in the 40s, it feels so warm?
And what did you see in that live shot that we haven't seen in like forever?
What's that big ball of light? Is that the sun?
It was the sun.
Thanks for clarifying.
We forgot. Nice to be reacquainted, right? We got a little bit of sun to start the day, but clearly it's not going to last. There's a weather system on the hours and wind tonight. We'll have your 7-day forecast, Lauren, coming up.
Patrick, thank you. We are the station that holds people in power accountable. And this morning, we want to know how a breakdown in Erie County's budgeting process has led to a $2 million shortfall for the Board of Elections. The board was supposed to submit their budget in August, but that never happened. Officials told us they were just too busy to get it done, and the county's budget division never followed up as to why it was missing. The budget office estimated that they'll need the same amount of money to operate as they needed last year, but there will be additional costs for things like early voting, the 2020 presidential primary, and the special election for the 27th congressional district. Election officials say that the $2 million difference shouldn't be hard to find in the overall county budget. We'll keep following the story for you right here on Channel 2 News. Speaking of next year's election, we know now that the Democratic State Assemblyman Robin Schimminger won't be running for another term. He served the 140th Assembly District that covers parts of Erie and Niagara counties since 1976. He says he came to this decision so that he could spend more time with his family. So far, we've heard local attorney Jennifer Sturgeon says she's actively considering running for the seat. Now to an update to a story that we told you about yesterday here on Daybreak. Batavia police peacefully ended a standoff at a home in their community after nearly 20 hours. It started Monday afternoon on Liberty Street when a man barricaded himself inside his apartment. The original call was for a domestic incident, saying the man had a sword. He later shot at officers with a pellet gun. Police got the man out of the home yesterday morning, and so far, no charges have been filed. Back here in Buffalo, a man is facing several charges after allegedly trying to kill a witness in a homicide case. Daquan Trent is accused of shooting the witness the same day they were supposed to testify in a murder trial. He is now facing attempted murder, assault, tampering, and a weapons charge. If convicted, he faces up to 25 years in prison. Happening today, it has been nearly 3 weeks since that big windstorm on Halloween night, and there is still a significant amount of damage in some places across Western New York. That now includes the town of Hamburg, and tonight, town leaders will take the next step to make repairs and get things back to normal there. Town Supervisor James Shaw said they will make short presentations and talk about the possibility of assistance for property owners in the community. That meeting is at Hamburg Town Hall at 7 tonight. Also today, we are learning more about a lawsuit against one of the area's biggest hospital systems. The state attorney general announced that a settlement has been reached in 2 cases between the state and Kaleida Health. Kaleida will pay the state $500,000 after an investigation into how an infant died at High Point Health Care Facility back in 2015. 17 caregivers were arrested for neglect in this case, and as part of the settlement, Kaleida will also improve staffing and services. In other medical news, we're expecting an update today from Roswell Park about the new oncology center in Niagara Falls. The partnership was announced earlier this year with a focus on state-of-the-art lung cancer screening, treatment, and support for survivors. Today's announcement comes during National Lung Cancer Awareness Month, and it's happening at 1:30 this afternoon. And speaking of Roswell, the Cancer Center has also announced a 3rd clinical trial for a drug developed right here in Buffalo. It's called Survaxome. In the first 2 rounds of testing, it extended the lives of people with the deadly brain cancer, glioblastoma. The drug represents hope for patients with this rare cancer, as well as their doctors.
It is a very frustrating and difficult cancer to treat, one of the most difficult. It's one of the few cancers in which survival has not improved in the last few years.
In the clinical trials so far, the patient's immune system becomes programmed to attack the tumors. The next round of testing is expected to last at least 3 years, both here in the U.S. and in China. Well, a season that started off so good is now just continuing to go off the rails for the Buffalo Sabres. They lost again last night, this time by a score of 4-1 to the Minnesota Wild. That's the third worst team in the NHL. After winning 8 of their first 11 games, now they've lost 8 of their last 10. And adding to the story of last night's game was Captain Jack Eichel dropping the gloves. Our Stu Boyer is sharing his thoughts on that with us this morning.
Minnesota whipped the Sabres 4-1 last night.
Well, off the ice, the Sabres are holding their annual Turkeys for Tickets drive today. It benefits the Buffalo City Mission and Feed More Western New York. Fans who donate a 20-pound turkey will get a voucher for 2 tickets to an upcoming game. That's happening from 7 to 9 this morning, and we have a full list of all the drop-off locations on WGRZ.com. And from Thanksgiving turkeys to Christmas toys, there is a new list of the so-called worst toys on the market. That's straight ahead on Daybreak. Plus, not sure what to make for that Thanksgiving dinner? Count on Google to let you know what recipes people are searching for in every state. Here's Kevin. Welcome back. It's time to see what's trending this morning. And as if we needed any more proof that we cannot do anything without Google, let's see what people are going online and searching for as they get ready for their big Thanksgiving meals. This is all from the website House Method. Google broke down the most searched savory Thanksgiving recipe by state. And in New York State, it was salad. Pennsylvania's was turkey. That's a little bit more on the right track here. As far as the sweet recipes, New Yorkers apparently search the most for brownies, while Pennsylvanians have been looking up the classic pumpkin pie. Well, we're used to seeing celebrities courtside at Lakers game, but last night there were a few celebrities right on the court dancing with the Laker girls. I could watch this video all day. You just saw Venus Williams in there showing off her moves, as well as our boy, Williamsville native Rob Gronkowski. He's in there, as well as comedian James Corden. I wonder if they're filming something for his show. Regardless, it looks like they were having just an absolute blast. And from a surprise on the court to something under the tree, the U.S. Postal Service is helping make letters to Santa come true this holiday season. You can adopt a child through their Operation Santa program, and we have all the information right on our website, WGRZ.com. Now, Patrick, I was a cheerleader at Williamsville North when Rob Gronkowski was on the football team and the basketball team, and he never got information with us and did a dance. So we got to go back.
Was he as big of a, did you know at the time what he would become? Was there a hint to that?
Oh yeah, we knew. We all knew he was going to the NFL.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious. Well, his talents only continue, right? All right, we do have some weather on the way.